The chance for some severe storms again today. Snow on the northern side of this, severe weather on the southern side, and that warm air we were just talking about and some of the humidity, boy, playing into this big time as well. But it's basically back-to-back 1-2 punch.
Yeah, there's not much of a break in between. Because of all of that moisture, we're going to have a lot of rain on the severe side of this. And so it is a common problem with thunderstorms across the southeast during our fall and winter severe weather season, but also spring. This is going to be a lot of rain, and so if we do get isolated tornadoes on Friday, which is possible, it's going to be really hard to visually see what's coming your way. So we've been kind of hounding this for the last 3 or 4 days. We'll continue to sort of pound it out, but you got to have a way to get warnings, especially on Friday where we have more widespread threat of severe weather.
Yeah, and Friday's severe threat is a level 2 out of 5. That hasn't changed. It's basically the same spots. Storm Prediction Center has been on this since Monday. High confidence in this forecast. Here comes the first storm. It is tapping into some moisture. The backside of that, you'll notice some snow for the higher elevations of the Rockies. It extends up into the north and northeast. And then we look at this part. We bring in, at this point, Michael Estimate, a meteorologist as well, who's tracking a lot of this. And Michael, as we look at Friday, take a look at that severe storm threat that we have from all the way from Louisiana through Mississippi, portions of Alabama, northern side of this, we've got the snow. So you can see just by looking at this graphic alone how many states are being impacted tomorrow, but it's a 1-2 punch for them as well.
Craig, a big 1-2 punch. Good morning to you. Yeah, it actually is a 1 out of 5 storm risk for 22 million Americans, and it sure does include not just Oklahoma City, but all the way up toward places like St. Louis, Missouri. You are in that bullseye for seeing some showers and some thunderstorms, some of which could be strong to severe at times. It also includes, again, real estate at about 265,000 square miles. So it's a huge chunk of real estate, that's for sure, as the system screams through parts of the Central Plains, eventually moves through parts of the Southeast as well. So friends and family from Jackson, Mississippi, over toward Memphis, Tennessee, and even places like Indianapolis, Indiana, in line for seeing those heavy showers and perhaps even strong to severe thunderstorms at times. So long story short, when it comes to what we're tracking for you, we just need to just stay weather ready and, of course, weather aware, because that is going to be a really important name to the weather game as we head through the day today. Now, of course, we want to break down the severe weather side of the storm because there are multiple chances for strong storms through Friday. The main development regions here are going to include Indy, Memphis, OKC, and, of course, St. Louis for not just damaging winds and hail, but that threat for tornadoes as well. Let's show you where we could be seeing sights and sounds like what you're seeing on your screen there. So Thursday and on Friday, what you'll notice is, again, that bullseye of red. And really, Craig, it's that red that indicates where severe storms are likely. That's tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding. Chance for widespread, or talk about tornadoes, hail, and wind. Today's threat, that level 1, there is even talk about isolated tornadoes as well, Michael. So even at a level 1, always remember, don't let your guard down. A level 1, yeah, it's the lowest threat, but we could still have some severe storms. And these storms are developing as the system was just off the coast of California earlier in the week, dove to Baja, and now is making a beeline right diagonally across the country, Michael. It's coming in with all the moisture that it's tapping into, plus the heat. We've been talking about record-breaking heat across a good chunk of the eastern 2/3 of the lower 48. You throw that in the mix, and you're in business.
Yeah, you look where things are right now, by the way, and when it comes to the timing on this, at least for today, I'm thinking by late morning, so 10, 11 o'clock this morning, we could actually see some robust showers and thunderstorms right here. Things are already gearing up toward Lubbock and just northwest of Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I'm thinking that by around 2 o'clock, this is going to be the zone that lights up, Craig, like a Christmas tree, with showers, with thunderstorms, and possibly even, some isolated tornadoes.
Agreed. And when looking at some of the models this morning, especially the European, and a lot of the, when you're looking at Cape and the available storm potential energy that's there, there's plenty of it through Oklahoma that you just mentioned this afternoon, Michael. And I think that's going to be one of those areas we need to watch. It does include Interstate 40 from Oklahoma City all the way over into Little Rock, Arkansas, eventually to portions of West Tennessee, including Memphis, in the mix. But I agree with you. When you're taking a look at all this energy that's coming through this morning, and then you've got in some cold air aloft on the back side of that from that system coming off the Four Corners region, you've got a perfect setup here for us. We go through the afternoon, scattered showers continue, and then, Michael, we get a another system that develops. And I think Friday into Saturday, we get a 1-2 punch with that one alone. You get the morning round to the mid-afternoon. Also talking and reading the SPC discussion, they were also talking about that second wave that comes through Friday evening into Saturday. So don't let your guard down if you get, Michael, some storms in the morning, because you may get another round Friday evening to Saturday.
Yeah, Craig, it's all modes of severe weather, not just that tornadic threat from Baton Rouge through Jackson and into Birmingham, Alabama, but also that damaging wind threat, not to mention perhaps a large hail threat in there. So I feel like it's everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Craig, to your point, you can see it tomorrow going to be a somewhat active day, especially in the southeast. We have some wind shear, so a lot that we're keeping our eyes on, Craig, in the days ahead.